What's up, Wildcats? And welcome back to the MWHS Wildcat News. I'm Cole Filer.
And I'm Madeline Augustine. On this week's edition, we'll cover Mina Davis and her run for state legislature,
Construction on the new turf field,
a seatbelt PSA,
the opening of the Feelies Cat Cafe,
a review of Baskin Robbins. Millard West alum Mina Davis started her campaign for state legislature. Natalie Eljamal and Jenna Platt dig into the story behind her campaign and motivation.
This term, Millard West graduate Mina Davis is running for state legislature as the only colored woman. We took to interviewing her about her campaign.
You know, they're always going to say that I'm too young, which I say back. You know, Martin Luther King was 26-year-old when he started his journey in really becoming civil rights leader, even though he wasn't viewed favorably at that time. You know, you had Representative John Lewis, who was 25 when he walked across the Selmer Bridge. So tell me that young people, you know, being involved in the process is something that they can't be involved in because they're too young.
Though she's been involved in politics for a long time, she gives her point of view on it.
People ask me if politics is ugly. I'm like, yeah, it is. It is. Because some people are so disgustingly hungry for power and validation that they're willing to step on others just for that.
One thing that makes her campaign a little bit harder is all the racism she receives.
For me, it's really hurtful at times, and it really bites because you think there are others around you who are supposed to be your friends, who are supposed to be your allies, and they just don't really stand with you.
Davis talks about her platform, which includes women's rights, criminal justice reform, and historic neighborhoods.
I want to give people that education and that opportunity to decide for themselves.
Before leaving, Davis gives a message to young girls.
The message I want to give to young girls, especially with anything, is to be bold, to know yourself, and to be ready to sometimes stand alone.
This has been Natalie Eljamal and Jenna Platt with the MWHS Wildcat News.
After years of dealing with an inadequate field, spring sports athletes finally have something to look forward to. Dallas Beanham and Xander Hay give you the details.
We have some fellow Millard West students on their thoughts about the school getting new turf.
It'll be good for the sports. It'll help. We'll be able to practice a lot more when it's raining out, so it'll help the teams a lot.
I think it's a good thing that we're getting the turf because our field was really bad. It got to the point where we had to move our home games to Millard South for soccer. So yeah, having a turf field will prevent a lot of injuries too.
I'm very excited that the school is going to get new turf because there have been a lot of problems with the grass, and I think it's very exciting for the band and other activities.
We also asked the students what their thoughts were over the old field.
Honestly, I didn't like it at all. It would dry out and it would not be good to practice on.
It was in a really bad condition.
I think the old field really sucked, and there was a lot of holes everywhere and there was dirt everywhere, and it was just very unideal to practice on.
The students also thought the new turf will benefit the school a lot in the future.
It'll help a lot because, when the weather's bad, we'll be able to practice if it's raining still, so we won't miss out on practice time.
Hopefully, we'll get more people to come to our games now, that we have a better field.
I think the field will make sure that we have a nice ground to practice on and make sure that we have fewer accidents on the field.
Many Millard West activities and booster clubs helped fundraise for the new turf this year.
Yeah, for football and baseball, we had to sell the cat cash raffles.
Yeah, so the soccer teams, both boys, girls, and a bunch of the band, we all did a bunch of fundraising. Last year we sold cookie dough, and I think we got I don't know, it was $3,000 from it or something like that.
We did different fundraisers both individually and as an entire band, whether it be through volunteering at baseball games or doing other things.
We also found out that the old field was very dangerous and led to many different injuries.
Yeah, I feel like on the old field it's been easier to roll ankles.
Yeah, a lot of people roll their ankles. We've had a lot of knee injuries, and somebody literally broke their foot by just running on it.
Yes, a couple years ago we had a baseball player slip and fall in the mud, and he got a concussion and he was out for the rest of the season.
This campaign took over 2 years to complete. Donations were made by many generous and supportive Millard West families, local businesses, and the Millard Public Schools Foundation. Donations were also made by the football team, boys and girls soccer, band, and the General Booster Club. This has been Xander and Dallas with the MWHS Wildcat News.
Many high schoolers think that wearing a seatbelt isn't always necessary. Michelle Zink and Taylor Mason tell you why that just isn't the case.
With many new drivers on the roads, some may forget the most important rule: buckling up. More than half of teens and adults who died in motor accidents in 2015 were not wearing seatbelts at the time of the accident.
Whoa! Ow!
That's why you wear a seatbelt, Colin!
Ah!
According to the CDC, seatbelts reduce the risk of death by 45% and also reduce the risk of serious injury by 50%. With that being said, wear your seatbelt.
A cafe unlike any other has opened up in the quarters. Delaney Aikens and Kirsten Watkins go behind the scenes at the Feelies Cat Cafe.
Last month on September 18th, Feelies Cat Cafe opened in downtown Omaha. The cafe's unique experience draws in people both young and old. Feelies is a family-friendly establishment that welcomes everyone. Many people come from all around Omaha to play with the kittens, but the cafe also provides delicious coffee, tea, and snacks.
Oh man, it's the cats, for sure. The coffee is kind of a bonus.
There are currently 6 kittens living at the cafe full-time. These 6 young kittens have the opportunity to meet potential owners and to socialize.
So all of these basically came in the day we opened, or the day before. So they've been here just as long as I've been working here.
The main concern people have with the cat cafe is if it is clean. There is a wall with a large glass window that separates the cat room with the main cafe area. It is a rule that you have to wash your hands when entering and leaving the cat room in order to keep the whole place clean. The cafe also has a small tunnel for the cats to go through in order to get to a separate room with litter boxes.
We have really nice air vent systems. All the air is filtered out, so if people have allergies, they can still come into the coffee shop and hang out and just kind of watch the cats behind the glass.
Feelies is a non-profit organization. All donations go to helping relieve overcrowded animal shelters and lowering euthanasia rates. The entry fee to get into the cat room goes to covering the cost of the cat's care. Feelies is partnered with 2 different providers. The first is Mug Life, which is where they get their coffee and handcrafted drinks from. Wags is the other partner that provides them with cat food, toys, and cat litter. The point of Feelies is to help cats find homes. All the cats in the cafe are adoptable.
The ultimate goal is to reduce the amount of euthanasias that happen in shelter.
The founder of Feelies, Bree Flan, opened the cat cafe and hopes to revolutionize the adoption process. Despite being open for less than a month, they have already had 1 official adoption occur.
So this is where I get my cat fix now.
This has been Kirsten Watkins and Delaney Aikens reporting from the MWHS Wildcat News.
Baskin Robbins, internationally known for its 31 flavors, has opened up a new location right here in Omaha. Annalise Smalley and Chloe Parker put it to the test.
My name is Annalise.
And my name is Chloe.
And we're here for the MWHS Wildcat News.
Today we went to Baskin Robbins, also connected to a Dunkin' Donuts.
And we got to try some delicious ice creams.
Take a look.
The recently opened Baskin Robbins offers a new take on ice cream, with their out-of-the-box flavors and options, such as smoothies and sundaes.
They also supply a wide range of sizes and cones, depending on how the customer would like their ice cream served. As well as ice cream, donuts are only a few steps away due to Baskin Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts being owned by the same company.
The staff here is pretty rad. I enjoy all my co-workers a lot, and yeah, it's just simple and easy stuff, you know.
Baskin Robbins has a family-friendly environment that often draws a crowd.
I got the daiquiri ice and the German chocolate cake, and daiquiri ice, definitely my favorite. I actually got the 12 ounce of it, and that's nice that they give you that because then you can freshly pack it yourself, or you can get the bigger containers from the freezer, which is very fun. Daiquiri ice was very icy, very delicious, and the German chocolate cake, loved it. There was like little cake pieces in it. It was just absolutely thrilling, enticing, and amazing.
Baskin Robbins scoops the perfect amount with care and thoroughness.
I had the vanilla ice cream, and then I had some sort of hazelnut ice cream. It was really, really good. The workers were really friendly, and honestly, I would come here again. It was delicious. This has been Annalise Smalley and Chloe Parker with the MWHS Wildcat News.
That's it for this week, Wildcats.
And be sure to follow us on Twitter at MWHS Catalyst.
And for more stories, check out our website at millardwestcatalyst.com.
We'll leave you with this, Wildcats. have a spooktacular fall break.